it's shaky. Hey, how's it going? Welcome back. We had a quick little vacation hiatus, but we're back. So I'm Quincy from Cummings and Company, and
John Walt, Primary Residential.
they know all this already. So we're going to talk about two things today. We're going to do a quick market update, and I think I'm going to move this back just a bit. So we're going to do a quick market update, and then we're going to talk about how to refresh a stale listing. So let's do the market update first. So I think generally we're still in the seller's market. I think we agree with that.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Multiple offers.
Definitely, easily, yeah. You know, if there's a house you like, probably a lot of other people like it as well. So from the lending side, you know, some of the challenges we're facing, I guess, as we go into this quarter. So what's, give us like general interest rate range, processing time, things like that.
Absolutely. So processing time, you know, again, if you're organized and you're ready to roll with it, 30 days is not a problem. You know, I've been seeing probably average about 40-day closings in most cases, like a 30-day, 45-day contracts. Interest rates have been on a little bit of a rise, a little bit of a peak, where I would say we're sitting average around 4.125% on a conventional good credit. So you've definitely seen a little bit of a jump there. And then, you know, again, the biggest thing to keep in mind is just to be organized and, you know, and kind of just be prepared for when you are going to buy.
Cool.
So,
what about, like, I know on the buyer side, I've run into some issues like just the stuff we can't really control taking a while, like appraisals, title work. Yeah, sorry, there's a text message. Talk about that. Like, is that, you know, things are busy. I know we kind of get a little overloaded. So how's that factor into our process?
Yeah, so and that's a good point too. So again, processing times are about 30 to 45 days. But keep in mind too, as we get busier, this is a busy season too, you know, appraisals are taking slightly longer to get done. Title work, you know, again, they're busy, so it may not be turned around in 7 days. It may be turned around in 9 to 10 days. So again, all those little things play into it. The most important thing to do is always to be prepared and be organized and be ready to make the move, so that you're not holding anything up, because there's a lot of parties involved in the transaction.
Good advice. Cool. All right, so we're going to shift topics now, and we're going to talk about what I keep calling a stale listing.
Yep. So, I mean, what is a stale listing?
Yeah, so I mean, what I would consider a stale listing is something that, is something, a listing that's been on the market for, I would say, like more than 90 to 120 days. You know, maybe something that came on in the spring and that's still in the market. And basically it's a listing that, you know, as a seller, it was, you know, you positioned it in the market, still in the market, and, you know, seller and agent, we are afraid that it's going to get lost in the shuffle with the new inventory coming on. And obviously there is a lack of inventory, so as new houses come on, you know, they get the most attention. So how do we reposition our listings that have been on the market a little longer to make sure all the buyers are still seeing those?
Yep.
So that's
and obviously you don't want a stale listing because, you know,
it'll get lost.
It's not sold,
and
everybody probably thinks there's something wrong with it because it's been sitting there for so long.
They think an immediate discount. I mean, that's what most of my buyers think. They see something that's been on the market 90 to 100 days, and they're like, oh, immediate discount.
So obviously a stale listing means something that's just been there for 90 to 120 days. Right. So, I mean, what are some of the reasons that it might go, you know, stale, as you said?
Yeah, I mean, I think the most obvious reason is going to be price. You know, when a listing is overpriced and we can't get the price drops, or we're not reducing price as often as we like. I like to do a price reduction at least once a month, within reason, obviously. I mean, obviously everybody has a, you know, where they can lower to. But that's always the most obvious reason is price. You know, other things I just think are general condition of the house. You know, did you do the updates that need to be done? Is the condition of your listing equal to the condition of the rest of the neighborhood? You know, it's hard to be the worst house in the neighborhood. It's hard to be the best house in the neighborhood. So I think those are the two main factors to why listings go stale.
Cool. And then, you know, what can you do to refresh the listing in order to make it not stale?
So I think it's simpler than I think people, you know, make it out to be. So first thing, I think you can always increase curb appeal. That's a real easy, inexpensive thing to do.
Curb appeal, you mean?
Flowers, landscaping, paint, you know, stuff like that. Just really simple, get a nice refresh. If you're going to move to the inside and you're going to do more, you know, more intensive upgrades, you're going to change flooring, even if you paint walls, which is an easy thing to do, a lot of times past that 90 or 120 day mark, I suggest we shoot new photos. I mean, it's not a very expensive package for for me, the agent, to do. And if the seller is going through the trouble and the expense of painting, or they put new flooring in, or whatever the feedback was, and they've done that, I'm more than happy to spend a few $100 and get new photos. And I've even done it with one of my own houses before. That's been up and down and took new photos.
There for a while.
Yeah, and I think something people need to know is, when your house is on the market and you take it off a little bit, it needs to be off the market for 90 days for that counter to reset. So, we're not fooling anyone when we take it off the market for 2 weeks. We change some stuff, we put it back on. People see that it's still been on the market. All those days still count.
So it will stay, if you list a house today, take it off, you have to wait 90 days.
90 days for the counter to reset to zero.
Back in.
That is correct, yeah. So it doesn't.
That's important.
Yeah, it's really important for people to know. I think people are shocked by that.
Yes, no doubt.
So.
And then, in terms of the listing, so you can't just obviously update the pictures and then it just refreshes, obviously. It just helps with the buyer's likes of it.
Yeah, I mean, you got to, figure every buyer coming in is going to get a new set of listings.
Yep.
And so if you kind of couple that strategy with like new pictures, price reduction, a nice little blast out to the agents, and people are seeing that, I think that strategy does help to get new buyers in. So,
absolutely. Well, I have to speak on, we bought a house, my wife and I bought a house that was a stale listing and sat there for, I think 180 days. And, when we bought it, we painted the outside shutters black opposed to blue. And immediately the neighbors thought how nice it was. And
simplest change.
That I think cost us $40.
Exactly.
So,
perfect.
Cool.
All right. That's it. We'll be back in a couple weeks. Thanks for listening.
Thank you.